Hi, my name is Asilah Hadirah Binti Lumin. My matrix number is BB20110189, and today in this video I will be talking about the challenges in organizations and how to overcome them. But before I start, let me just quickly define organization. An organization refers to a collection of people who are involved in pursuing defined objectives. It can also be understood as a social system which comprises all formal human relationships. The organization encompasses division of work among employees and alignment of tasks towards the company's ultimate goal. So the first challenge that organizations face today is the lack or vague directions in an organization. It is understandably frustrating when employees were given instructions to do a certain job, but those instructions are too vague or are not complete. Like, there is no goal or there are no instructions on how to reach that goal. So this happens because leaders rarely discuss or chart a deliberate direction or strategy for the future nowadays. It can also be that the leaders only gave the goal and some responsibilities, but other than that, the employees are left alone. The lack of or having vague directions in an organization is one of the most common organizational problems. Like, when there is no clear direction in an organization, then the employees are left scattered. Their talents are wasted on things that don't even help the company. So, having a common goal can really help organizations to overcome this challenge, as it will prevent your company from deviating its path. However, the goal needs to be communicated clearly to each member of the organization for the organization's long-term sustainability and growth. The next challenge that organizations face today is, of course, poor communication and feedback. Communication is an essential element in effective collaboration. This means that communication, whether it be oral, written, or body language, should be effective and efficient. It also has to be able to flow from every side. And at the same time, feedback is also important. This feedback will help members of the organization to be more motivated and work effectively. Just keep in mind that feedback is as important as communication is. So, shouting and yelling at your subordinates for their own mistakes or making an example of them to other people is never a good feedback. When giving feedback, no matter how unsatisfactory the results are, give it constructively so the recipient knows that what you're saying is ultimately for their own good. There are a lot of ways you could do to sharpen your communication skills, including tips for business writing and mastering the art of body language. The next challenge that organizations face today is none other than having ineffective teams in an organization. There are numerous reasons why teams fail. One of them being is that it's truly hard to blend multiple personalities into cohesive and unified teams. This happens because people's personalities vary widely, and the diversity of backgrounds, views, opinions, and experiences can cause challenges for teams. So this creates a unique set of potential issues and opportunities, because making a diverse set of people work together will always come with conflicts. So if you can get people to come into alignment and support common objectives, a diverse team of leaders can produce amazing results, take on the demands of customers, or even meet the threat of competitors. However, if leaders stay in their silos, protect their own turf, fail to share information, refuse to collaborate on shared problems, or lack the ability to think with an entrepreneurial mindset, the organization will definitely underproduce. You have to have a team that is both in the business and on the business. And while this is difficult, it is not impossible to overcome this challenge because various tools and assessments have been developed over time to know a person's personality and behaviors, which can help with team development and management. And at the same time, enforce the teams in your organization with a clear purpose, and also encourage open communication to help the members collaborate successfully. The next organizational challenge is the lack of awareness. So, what I mean by this is for an organization to run smoothly, there are certainly a lot of things that need to be monitored and looked into, but each person in the organization already has their own workload. Company growth is great, but this workload could also contribute to employee frustration and or stress. So because of that, coping with the demands of the job means setting aside some things. The bulk of employees you've hired have likely taken on more work since they started, even though they may be within the capacity. So, as a result, communication and direction suffer, and leaders can't see the big picture to actually realize or notice if something is really going wrong. Like, how will you be able to solve organizational problems if you aren't even aware of it, right? So it's very, very important to realize when employees are feeling overworked and facing business challenges. As much as possible, set aside time to be able to review processes, strategies, practices, etc. Talk to the members of your team or organization and ask them for feedback on how the current company practices work on their duties and responsibilities. And other than that, frequently open communication to your staff, as that could also help them overcome this challenge because they feel like they can address any concerns with their workload. Another challenge that has been happening in organizations is how performances are managed. Managers must balance meeting goals, managing workloads, and motivating employees. These issues, coupled with the fact that many managers are ill-equipped to provide regular and constructive feedback and may not understand the importance of documenting performance, can make managing performance challenging. In order to support them, build ongoing performance feedback into the performance management process to ensure accountability. Create an easy method for managers to document performance, like a database, log, or diary. Also provide support tools for managers such as rewards, recognition, training, and development to recognize and build performance. And most importantly, train managers in topics such as performance management, coaching, and feedback, since many will have had no experience with these. The last challenge that often happens in organizations is how managers resolve conflicts. Nowadays, many managers ignore problems and do not directly address conflicts with their employees or work team. Whatever problem it is, managers are challenged to confront and address problems head on, and as they emerge, diffuse employees' feelings and emotions about the problem. So, in order to overcome this, managers should listen to both parties' needs and desires, derive win-win solutions that lead to more productive and positive work relations, prevent conflict in the future by nurturing positive co-worker relationships and recognizing potential for conflict and problems earlier. So, in conclusion, organizations are works in progress. It needs constant assessment and development. So, reviewing the processes, diagnosing problems, and proposing interventions for effectiveness are relevant for an organization to run smoothly and successfully. Change is inevitable, but if the company wants its employees to accept new business strategies, all it has to do is to make its people feel respected, valued, and appreciated. So that is all from me today. Thank you.